The New Mexico music community continues mourning the heartbreaking loss of Al Hurricane Jr. But as family members, close friends, fellow musicians, and thousands of supporters gather to celebrate his life, one thing has become clear: his legacy will live on for generations through the music, culture, and traditions he helped preserve. Known affectionately as El Godson of New Mexico music, Al Hurricane Jr. spent decades carrying forward one of the most respected musical legacies in the American Southwest. As the son of legendary musician Al Hurricane, he inherited not only a famous name, but also the responsibility of preserving a unique musical tradition that connected generations of families across New Mexico and beyond. Following the announcement of his passing at age 66, tributes immediately began pouring in from every corner of the music world. Fans, artists, community leaders, and longtime friends shared emotional memories about a man whose music became part of countless family celebrations, road trips, dances, and cultural gatherings. For many supporters, the loss felt deeply personal. Unlike many performers whose fame exists mainly on television or social media, Al Hurricane Jr. maintained a genuine connection with the communities that supported him throughout his life. Fans often describe him as approachable, humble, and proud of the culture he represented. As funeral plans were announced, supporters across New Mexico began preparing for one final opportunity to honor a musician who had become a cultural icon. The funeral service quickly transformed into more than a memorial. It became a celebration of New Mexico music itself. From the early morning hours, supporters arrived carrying flowers, photographs, albums, handwritten letters, and personal memories connected to Al Hurricane Jr.'s extraordinary life. Outside the church, emotional conversations filled the air as longtime fans shared stories about concerts they attended decades earlier, family gatherings where his music played, and personal encounters that left lasting impressions. Many supporters traveled hundreds of miles simply to be present. Inside the venue, organizers created a beautiful memorial display reflecting both the man and the culture he spent his life representing. Traditional floral arrangements surrounded photographs from different stages of his life and career. Several displays featured iconic album covers, family photographs, performance images, and memorabilia connected to his decades in music. Guests entering the service were greeted by soft instrumental music, while large screens displayed a tribute presentation documenting Al Hurricane Jr.'s remarkable journey. The atmosphere was emotional from the very beginning. Family members occupied the front rows, while fellow musicians, friends, and community leaders gathered nearby. As the service officially began, prayers were offered honoring not only Al Hurricane Jr.'s life, but also the cultural legacy he helped preserve. Many attendees reportedly became emotional during the opening moments, as familiar melodies connected to his career filled the sanctuary once again. One of the most moving aspects of the funeral involved the participation of family members, whose lives had been intertwined with New Mexico music for generations. The Sanchez family legacy has long represented one of the most important musical dynasties in the region, and that history was evident throughout the service. Several speakers reflected on the enormous responsibility Al Hurricane Jr. carried after the passing of his father. Rather than simply attempting to imitate the success of previous generations, he found ways to honor tradition while developing his own artistic identity. That achievement earned him respect not only from fans, but from fellow musicians as well. Among the most emotional tributes came from family members who shared personal stories rarely heard publicly. Guests listened quietly as memories of childhood, family gatherings, backstage moments, and private conversations painted a picture of the man behind the music. Several attendees later described these reflections as the most powerful part of the entire service. For many supporters, hearing about Al Hurricane Jr.'s kindness, humor, and dedication to family made the loss feel even more profound. Throughout the ceremony, music remained at the center of the experience. Rather than relying solely on spoken tributes, organizers incorporated performances honoring the songs that helped define his career. Musicians performed emotional renditions of beloved classics, while attendees quietly sang along through tears. Many supporters later said the performances felt less like funeral music and more like a celebration of life. One particularly moving moment occurred when longtime collaborators reflected on decades of shared experiences, traveling, performing, and representing New Mexico culture together. Several speakers emphasized that Al Hurricane Jr. never forgot where he came from. Despite recognition and success, he remained deeply connected to the communities that embraced his music. That authenticity became a recurring theme throughout the funeral. Again and again, speakers described a man who valued people more than fame. Another unforgettable portion of the service focused on his influence beyond entertainment. Community leaders discussed the role he played in preserving cultural traditions, supporting local events, mentoring younger musicians, and promoting New Mexico heritage throughout his career. Many supporters admitted they never fully appreciated the extent of his contributions until hearing them described during the memorial. As the service continued, emotional video tributes highlighted major milestones from his life. Guests watched footage of concerts, interviews, family celebrations, community appearances, and unforgettable performances spanning decades. Laughter occasionally mixed with tears, as audiences remembered his sense of humor and warm personality. Several clips showed him interacting with fans, greeting children, and embracing supporters who viewed him as part of their extended family. Those moments resonated deeply with attendees. Among the notable tributes shared during the day were reflections connected to family members and fellow musicians including Jerry Dean, Tiny Mari, Lorenzo Antonio, and members of the broader New Mexico music community. Each tribute emphasized different aspects of his life, but shared a common theme: respect, admiration, and gratitude. Several speakers acknowledged that replacing Al Hurricane Jr.'s presence within the community would be impossible. His voice, personality, and commitment to preserving cultural traditions made him unique. Outside the church, supporters continued gathering throughout the day. Some carried flags representing New Mexico heritage, while others displayed old concert shirts, albums, and photographs. Many fans described the gathering as one of the largest community tributes they had ever witnessed for a regional musician. Social media quickly filled with emotional reactions from people unable to attend in person. One supporter wrote, "His music was the soundtrack of our family." Another commented, "He represented New Mexico with pride every day of his life." Similar tributes appeared throughout the day as fans reflected on memories connected to his career. Following the funeral service, attention turned toward the burial ceremony itself. The procession attracted emotional crowds as supporters lined portions of the route to pay their respects. Many held flowers, while others quietly applauded as the procession passed. Witnesses described the atmosphere as both heartbreaking and beautiful. At the burial site, family members gathered privately for final prayers and reflections. Several attendees later noted the extraordinary sense of unity that existed throughout the day. People from different backgrounds, generations, and communities came together because of the impact one musician had on their lives. That unity may ultimately become one of the most important parts of Al Hurricane Jr.'s legacy. He brought people together. Whether through music, culture, community events, or personal interactions. He created connections that extended far beyond the stage. As the day concluded, many supporters remained nearby sharing stories and memories. Some discussed favorite songs. Others recalled concerts attended years earlier. Many simply reflected on the privilege of witnessing a life devoted to preserving culture and bringing joy to others. The tributes have continued long after the funeral ended. Radio stations throughout New Mexico have dedicated programming to his music. Community organizations have discussed future memorial events. Fans continue sharing photographs, videos, and personal memories online. Each tribute reinforces the same message. Al Hurricane Jr. was more than an entertainer.